Hey, y'all. I hope y'all doing well. How's everybody doing out there? I'm actually just now leaving work, actually. I'm trying to get to the main street, so so I'll start talking about the topic once I get there. I guess I put it that way. That once I am driving, so I want to make sure I'm getting there safely too. Um, I'm taking a little bit of a different route home today. But I'm at the main street, y'all. But like I said, the title of this video is "If you don't like something, change it." Comes out of my experiences today, I guess I put it that way. And usually when I'm doing a video or a post or anything else, it usually does come out my experience, something I'm going through right then or just went through. Or okay, yeah, I am driving, so y'all may have some spots where it's not actually showing up, just to let y'all know. But so far it's showing up because it just actually disconnected, but I think it's back. But like I said, if you don't like something, change it. I know a lot of times we, of course, go through life, and because I know I've complained about different things, or I'm going to do this, or I'm tired of this, or I'm sick and tired of that. But we have to realize that we're the ones who change those things. There's nobody else that can change those things but us, especially if it's dealing with us. Now, if it's dealing with somebody outside of you, then of course you can't change nobody else. All you can do is change yourself. I was chatting and commenting with somebody earlier. About the person who just let me know that they're wanting to see people communicate more, people talk more instead of fighting and the violence and all these types of things. And like I begin to ask this particular person, what are you doing within your family, your household to create that change too? It's not just the world's going to do this and the society's going to do this and those people. We are all those people. That's one thing that we forget to realize, that we are all those people. Sorry about that, y'all. There's a lot of bumps in that part. No matter what you want to see, you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. I forgot who did that quote or who wrote that quote. I can't remember, but that is exactly the truth. You have to be the change that you want to see. If you want to start seeing people talk more and not fight more and all these kind of things, then what are you doing to contribute to that? I had a doctor's appointment this morning. It went okay. I mean, it went fine. It'll actually be my last time seeing my doctor here, actually, because I know I've told some people, of course, but we're of course moving and that kind of thing. So, and it wasn't just the doctor's appointment, of course. I mean, it was a doctor's appointment. It wasn't just the moving, but as far as the doctor's appointment went, I didn't like some of the things that I heard today. And I'm like, okay, I know it, because I know everybody, of course, gained weight during the COVID time, 10, 20 pounds, that kind of thing. Of course, I did as well. So, but like I said, that's just about, a lot of people. I'm not saying that's just me, but I'm sure there's others. I'm trying to see if I'm going to go to this store or not. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at the store, trying to see what I'm trying to do. Trying to see if I should go by my house instead. I'm going to go by my house, actually, instead of coming over here. I need to get over. I'll just wait. But like I said, I heard some things that I didn't, of course, agree. Well, can't say I didn't agree with, but I did not agree with some of the stuff. But I know that there are some things that I have to do with my health as well that I've been working on and that kind of thing too. But it don't seem like I'm doing the right work in some aspects. I guess I'd say that. Okay, because I need to get out this lane. I need to get out this lane and go by my house. Because this store is very, very crowded. And I know that, like I said, I didn't like what I heard, but I know that I need to make changes, and that, of course, I'm still always doing. But of course, I have to go back to some of the lifestyle changes that I did like years ago. And like I said, I do realize that, I understand that, but like I said, I did not like what I heard today at all. At least the doctor said I was doing fine. But like I said, to me, it's just I need to make more changes. I guess I put it that way. I just didn't like what I heard. I don't care what the doctor kind of say about it, but like I said, that's just me. But like I said, I know there are some things that I need to change as well. And like I said, no matter what you want to see, what you want to do, what you don't like, those kind of things, whatever it is, if you don't like whatever it is, you have to start making changes within those things. I don't care if it's with your health. I don't care if it's with your weight. I don't care if it's with the neighborhood you stay in, or the battles in the world, or whatever. I don't care what it is. You have to start making those changes first in order for things to start changing. We are those people. And everybody else, that's those people over there, that's them people down there. Those people are us. Who do you think make up the society? It's all of us. I'm on here. Rachel, and I think it says Danielle, we all make up the society is all us. We are those people. We have to realize that. No matter what it is that you don't like, change it then. I know a lot of times, of course, like I know I'm constantly changing and doing things and trying things. Of course, I may fail, which that's okay. I fail a lot, actually, so that's all right. But I'm still trying to do what I need to do in order to figure things out. But I know a lot of people that's, whether they're my age, whatever age they are not even trying to do anything. But they complain all day about this and that. This is going on. I should have brought my water, y'all. How that's going on, all these kind of things. But they're not willing to make any kind of changes at all to even change their life trajectory. I know a lot of times I talk about change a lot. Of course, a lot of folks clinch up sometimes when it comes to change, or even hearing the word change. We have to realize that all change isn't bad for us at all. There's a lot of change out there that's, of course, good for us. And it does not. I know some folks say, which I know change does require steps, a strategy of some sort. It just depends on what you're doing. But it's not so difficult that you cannot do it. You just have to be willing to make those changes to do the work. And that's what I'm seeing with, like I said, not just, I've been like that in the past too. Of course, couldn't make the changes, had all these excuses. Life happened and all these kind of things going on. But I had to get to a point where I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had no choice but to change. And so at some point, you do get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Whether that's the living situation you're in, the job situation that you're in, the relationship situation that you're in, the financial situation that you're in, whatever it is, at some point we all get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And want to make changes, but people get scared to do the work. The work is not that difficult. It's just as if you want to do it or not. The only thing difficult about doing the work is that all of our lives, of course, many of us, all of us, have whatever kind of story you have. Something's on fire, Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. Something's like a big cloud of smoke. Something's on fire over here or down there. But like I said, we all have some type of story that we've told ourselves and that we've told or modeled to others. I guess I put it that way. To me, that's the main thing why folks don't want to make the decision to actually change. Because the story you've told yourself all your life and told folks around you know the story, I'm sure, as well. You don't want to go back on what you said. I know I dealt with that when I was going through some of the things I was going through as far as the healing and all those kind of things as well. Just trying to figure out what happened, what's going on, who am I, all these types of things. Yes, a lot of things are going to change when you question those things about yourself. But at some point you realize that, or at least I had to realize that no matter what I was saying about myself or whatever I was trying to do or whatever I had to change, that was okay. I didn't care what other folks thought about it. I didn't care that some folks, oh, you've been saying this for years and you never did this. Now you want to start doing something. You 40-something years old. Okay, so what? That's the story I had back then. I'm not that same person that I was back then. And that's one thing that you have to understand as well. You're not that same person that you was back then. And it's okay to change. Nobody, I hope to God they don't kill you or anything else about a change. No, I'm pretty sure nobody will. They may say some stuff about it, which, okay, so what? But they're not going to physically harm you because you've changed and that kind of thing. That's one thing I had to realize when I was going through all the changes I was going through as well. Of course, you will lose people along the way. Folks who keep you in a certain box, who can't see you outside of what they know you as. Yeah, you lose those people because all they see you as being the same Tonetta you was back in the day, and you couldn't do this, and how you gonna learn how to do these things, and you'll never make it, and all this kind of stuff. Those people are going to drift out your life 9 times out of 10. And some of those folks may even be your parents, or your partner, or your kids. It just depends on what's going on in your life. Your best friend that you've had for 20, 30 years, it could be them too. But we have to realize that if we're trying to change and do something different with our lives, it's okay to rewrite this story. That's why I said if you don't like something, change it. It's okay to rewrite that story, y'all. Like I said, I know I had an issue with that in the beginning. Now I really don't care. I'm writing whatever kind of story I want to write. But like I said, definitely we have to get to a point that we feel that way. And you'd have to get to a point that you feel that way as well. I can't force it up on anybody. That's something that you have to take upon yourself to do, I guess to put it that way, if you ever do it. Some folks, I know people die and never do it, never reinvent themselves or do any kind of big changes or anything like that along those lines. They stay stuck in the same patterns over and over again. I know a lot of those folks. I was one of those people back in the day. Stuck in the same patterns, not knowing how to change this, not knowing what to do. And actually, once I learned how to do it, I was scared to do it at some points. And I was like, okay, at some point I have to realize that if I want to change, no matter what nobody else says about me, I'm going to go ahead and do this change anyway, regardless of that. Yes, I got some pushback from people. I lost people along the way. Let me see. Because I actually, when I first started soul searching was back in my 20s. I call it soul searching. Had no idea what the words personal development was together. I guess I put it that way, but I called it soul searching. That was back in my 20s, my mid-20s. I don't know, mid-20s, after I left my husband back then. My ex-husband back then. And like I said, I definitely had to realize that losing people along the way, yes, while it hurt, it was meant to be that way. At least in my life. I can't say for everybody's life. But at some point, you will lose folks along the way. My earliest people that I remember losing was actually my in-laws back then. It was a relationship I was in. I'm not sure if it was a relationship or I was kept being told I was changed. I changed and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I was trying to get my life together back. I guess that was my 30s by that time. My early 30s and that kind of thing, trying to get myself together and not trying to be the yes girl anymore. Being the yes girl, I thought that everybody was going to, of course, love me forever and depend on me for this and all these kind of things. And I had to realize that by being the yes girl, I'm the one that's getting ran over and getting used, I guess, a lot. I guess I put it that way. But it was going back and forth to the grocery store. Take me here. I don't have a car to get there. Or can you do this? Can you do this? All these kind of things all day long. After I was out working, that kind of thing. And I didn't even have time for myself by the time I got home. Sometimes I got home at midnight, after midnight. I didn't even have enough time to read a book to do anything for myself. And that's how I spent a lot of those years, actually. And I'm wondering why I couldn't figure out how to change or how to recreate my life because I had no time to do so because I was catering to everybody else. And I had to change. And like I said, yeah, those people, the in-laws, the sister-in-laws, mother-in-laws, and kind of people, even after me and my husband separated and divorced, we were still, I guess, a support system, I guess, up until that point. And like I said, with the things that was going on, it may have been my partner at that time as well, some of that too, but a lot of it I was getting pushed back because I was told I changed and this kind of thing. Yeah, I changed for the better. Just because y'all don't like it, that's on you. Yes, I cried for many a days. I was all upset and everything else. Oh, this is the people I'm supposed to have in my life, and these are my only support systems. Not realizing that I could. Oh my God, they're driving crazy, y'all. Not realizing that I can have any support system that I want to create in this world. It may not be them, and that all of a sudden they were actually taking on my life. All of a sudden, in one day, actually, they didn't pass away, nothing like that. But I'm sure there was God at work. I'm sure that. I wasn't a believer back then, I am now, but I'm sure there was God at work back then. I'm sure that. To let me know that there's support systems everywhere besides just these certain people. And that if somebody keeps giving you so much of a pushback and how you've changed and how you're not right and I'm not catering to you anymore, these kind of things, that's not the life you need to live. And like I said, God, I'm sure that's what happened, took them out of my life for that reason. In order for me to, of course, continue growing and not just sitting there being stagnant, putting up with any old thing. I'm sure that. I didn't do it for myself. I know I had that little inkling in my head, that kind of thing, to move on to do all these kind of things. I didn't want to do it, so it was done for me. I guess I put it that way. A whole done for you system. I see that, I guess, as I see it now. And like I said, I know a lot of times we get scared with stuff like that. When you're going through changes, that's going to happen. Nobody wants to talk about all the days that you cry and or these days I've cried as well. Wondering who's going to be my friend now because I let these people go or not let them go, but I guess they're moved out of my life. Am I going to ever want to find another, because my mother-in-law was like a mother that I never had, I guess I put it that way. Am I going to find that kind of support system in somebody else? Or will I ever have any more sisters? Or that, because I'm the only child. So, of course, I didn't have sisters and brothers and that kind of thing. And the parents that, of course, were raped against my own parents. Of course, there was a lot of domestic violence going on. My dad, my mom in the household since I was a little kid. And it was, of course, drug usage and addictions and all that kind of stuff going on. So I didn't really have the supportive parents, and in a way, I mean, they were supportive in a way, I guess I'd say that. I can't say they weren't 100% of the time, no. But when you're on drugs, which I understand that now, when you're on drugs and that kind of thing, that's your main focus, and that's what you're going after. It's not that, of course, the bills got to be paid or the food got to be in the house. It's the drug, the habit. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, it took me years to understand that, and that was actually part of my healing. I guess I put it that way as well. But like I said, I had to get to a point where I wasn't so afraid to, of course, to let people know that I can't hang with you on this day or that day, and so I can work on myself. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, I didn't like when my life was headed at that time at all. I didn't like what was going on. I was so stuck in the same things that I was doing back then with the job, and not understanding that I could do something better and have a business and all those types of things. I didn't realize and understand that until I got in my like mid-30s. That was for me as well, not just for everybody else. Because I thought, of course, it was for everybody else. It wasn't for me. It was for those ritzy people I went to school with, or those folks that stay out in the county areas or whatever it was. But it was for me as well. And it took me to, of course, like I said, to make all them transitions in order to understand that. And that's what's probably going to take you as well when you're looking to change and do all those types of things. But nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah, it's scary to change. Yes, I'm actually relocating to Arizona next month. I leave in about a month. I've never lived anywhere outside of St. Louis at all. That's where I grew up. That's where I was born at, and that's where I've been. But I know for years, since I was back probably like in my teens, my teenage years, I was saying, I want to leave here. I don't want to stay here anymore, this kind of thing. And I've been saying that for years. And I didn't realize that could be my dream as well until a few years ago, well, several years ago. I knew that I could, of course, create a plan to, of course, change and to move and that kind of thing and try to get a plan in place. And that's what me and my partner, well, he's with me too. We're both moving, but that's what we've done. I was looking to move several years ago, actually, to Vegas, to stay with some friends and that kind of thing. But I chose not to, of course, so I can work on trying to establish a business and to get a business started. That was more, I mean, yes, I wanted to move, wanted to leave, that kind of thing. But I knew that if I, of course, moved at that time, right when I was trying to get things started and trying to get things going, I probably would have never started the damn business now. Or the business that I have now. I'm pretty sure that. That's why I knew I had to stay. And of course I stayed as well. Not just because of the business, but to of course grow the relationship that I was in as well. We had just started dating and that kind of thing too. We had known each other years ago, like back in our 20s or whatever. We had known each other years ago as well, but we had, of course, came back together a few years ago, I guess, or whatnot. Like I said, I definitely want to see what this relationship was going to take me to, because I saw the changes that he had made. I know the changes that I had made, and I want to see where this can go. And of course, it's been flourishing since then. And like I said, I was definitely scared of that change too. Like I said, those are a lot of things that we have to think about when we're talking about change, y'all. The fears are going to come up, but just keep in mind that if I don't care what fears come up. Now I don't care what fears come up. Ow, Jesus Christ. I hit my nail on the seat. That whatever fears come up, I'm still going to push through those fears anyway. I have a life to live. I have things to do. I guess I put it that way. Hurt my nail, y'all. Goodness. But like I said, I know pushing through that fear, I know a lot of times it's difficult for a lot of people. It was difficult for me. It wasn't always this easy at all. But that comes along with the change. You either are going to push through the fear or stay stuck where you at. Those are the only choices I had. The choices I still got. Either I'm going to push through the fear or I'm going to stay exactly where I'm at. Yes, I'm scared to move and have all this anxiety about, oh my God, what I'm going to do and this kind of thing. But I know damn well once I get there, I'm going to be just fine. I'm sure of that. I've traveled. I mean, I've been overseas, well, not overseas, but out of the country on trips and different things like that. So I'm sure once we get there, of course, all this anxiety will go away. I'm sure of that. But like I said, I know that's just me with anticipating all these things. And I'm not even anticipating the good things, I guess I put it that way. Some of them, yes. But of course, anticipating a lot of the bad things. Oh, what if this happened? And what if this? I have to train myself and think in my head to stop the what ifs. And a lot of times when we're going through situations like that, when there's fear and there's change, we have to stop ourselves from thinking certain things. That's what I've had to do as well. Everything is not going to go bad. I'm pretty sure that at all. Like I said, that was what not saying everything was going to go bad, but had in my mind that, oh my God, I'm so scared to go. What if this goes wrong? What if this, how are we going to get housing? How are we going to get a job? All these kind of things. You do it just like you do anything else. That's what we're doing right now. You do it just like you do anything else. Like I said, I had to realize that back when we first started talking about this a few years ago. Relocating and that kind of thing. And like I said, those were the fears, and the same fears that you're going to have, the what ifs as well. Nobody's going to know what's going to happen until you, of course, take that leap. That comes with change. Nobody's going to know what's going to happen until you take that leap. Okay, bike rider, what in the world? Like, what is going on? But like I said, nobody knows what's going to happen until you take that leap. I always, in the back of my head, here's Steve Harvey saying, jump and grow your wings on the way down. It doesn't matter what happens when you get down there, I guess I put it that way, at least with certain terms. It does matter, but still, what matters is that you took the leap anyway. Regardless as to what you may have thought was going to happen, or all this anxiety that you're having, or the worrying, which is the same thing. At some point, if you want to change your life, you're going to have to take that leap at some point. Okay, I'm trying to see what they... Okay. And like I said, if you don't like where you are, you have to change it. Change is not... Well, it can happen because whether you like it or not. But you have to realize that intentionally making some changes with your life or whatever your business or whatever you're trying to do, you have to do that. Nobody else is going to do that for you. I can sit here and plant seeds all day. Anybody else can do the same thing. Online, posting all these positive quotes and all this stuff. But if you don't pick up on those seeds and try to plant them seeds and cultivate them yourself, your life will never change in whatever area you're trying to make change in. And that was one thing I had to realize as well. Just because I say I want to change and say I want to do all these things, once it comes time to start those things, I have to make a decision. Am I going to do this or am I not going to do this? Am I choosing to do this? And of course, whatever change comes after that or whatever that looks, is how it's going to look. We have no blueprint to know how things are exactly going to look because we've made a change, or we've done this or that. We just have to take that leap and grow our wings on the way down and figure out whatever's going to happen on the way down. That's usually how life happens. But if you don't take that leap, that means you're going to stay doing whatever it is you're doing. And I've been there many a times. I didn't take my first trip anywhere until I was, 31 years old. And I sat there for years waiting on people, trying to get other folks to go with me and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't want to go alone. I was so scared to go. I said, fuck it at some point. It was back when I was working at a different job back then. And I saw on TV one day, Disney World had this thing called Disney Give a Day, Get a Day. Where you actually, of course, volunteer for a day, and whatever agency you volunteer with, you, of course, got your paperwork, that kind of thing, saying that your volunteers send the information to Disney, and they'll give you like a free Disney World ticket to come and to experience Disney World, because I had never even been. I did the damn day. I volunteered once, started painting rooms at the job I had before this. Painting some of the girls' rooms, trying to get their rooms looking nice and that kind of thing, which we all enjoyed. Of course, we had food and fellowships and all that kind of stuff. Just had a good time. That was my Disney Give a Day. I gave that entire day painting to get me a free ticket to Disney World. I had no idea how the hell I was going to get there. I had a year to, of course, cash that damn ticket in. I put it that way. I had 1 year to cash that ticket in. That was, I don't know what year that was, but I know that was like late summer going on almost the fall. Or whatever year it was. Like I said, I had no idea how I was even going to get to Disney World. Didn't even have a trip set up. I just knew that I was going to get that ticket and get my ass to Disney World within the next year. That's all that I knew. Then here comes, I got I think my cousin called me, or did she email? I can't remember, either emailed or called or text or something about a trip that they were going on, like that following year, like that summer in June, down to Orlando. Well, they were going to actually to the Bahamas. That was the first actual trip I had ever taken. I was like 31 years old. And she was letting me know that they were going to the Bahamas, staying in Orlando for like a night or two. And I was like, hell no, that's the trip I need to go to Disney World. I was so excited. I didn't even have the money right then. I had to make payments on that damn trip. I didn't care because I knew I was going to get there at some point. It took me, 8 months, I guess. But by the time we left, I didn't even have a passport, y'all. to even go to the damn Bahamas either. But I had to get the passport. I had to take all those steps, which was fine. I had to pay for all this stuff. And okay, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this regardless. I got my Disney trip, my little ticket. And I'm going to Disney World and I'm going to the damn Bahamas. And of course, that's how that trip happened. After all those years of me sitting there waiting for folks to do this and do that, oh, I can't do it without so-and-so. I said, fuck it, and did it myself. I didn't have, when my cousin was going, yes. I didn't have any other family friends, that kind of thing going. She was with her friends and that kind of thing. I was by myself kind of on the trip. I met an awesome friend that we're still friends now for 15, 16 years now. We're the best of friends. I met her on that trip. We stuck together the whole time and had a damn ball. And if it wasn't for me saying that I'm going to do something different and try to create this change, I guess to even travel, to go on a trip somewhere without having to wait on my cousins or doing all this stuff and waiting for somebody to say, yeah, they got the money to go. I sat there and waited like 10 years for that, y'all. Everybody had all these excuses. Oh, I didn't have the money, all this kind of stuff. It wasn't until I made a decision that I was going to do it anyway. Hell yeah, I was scared. I know I had my cousin going too. We hung out a little bit too on the trip, but like I said, majority of the time I was with the other girl that I had just met. And I'm sure that was God's plan as well, but like I said, I had to make a choice. Either I was going to sit back and just sit there and keep waiting on folks to go travel, or I was going to do it myself and be scared anyway and just go ahead and do it. I had never been out of the country at all at that point. Of course, we had with the Disney World, of course. I had my little free ticket. But of course, some of my cousin's friends that went, they actually stayed at one of the Disney resorts called the Sports Resort. So they gave me their pass to go to actually a few different parks that day. So I had a chance not to just go to Disney World, but I was at Epcot Center as well. That was just the bomb-ass trip, y'all. That was my first trip to anywhere. We stayed 2 nights in the Bahamas and that kind of thing. Was on the cruise, and first cruise I had ever taken any kind of trip like that. Met all these, not crazy, but I guess awesome people. I don't know where they at now. I have no idea. But of course, I always talk to everybody. I'm friendly and outgoing, all that kind of stuff all the time. But like I said, I wouldn't have had those experiences, not even met this particular friend I have now, if I wouldn't have decided to go on that trip. And I would have never even seen out of this country, probably by now, if I wouldn't even taken that trip. So like I said, we have to, like I said, jump and grow our wings on the way down. I had to grow my wings on the way down as well. But walk myself through all that fear I had, of course, going on this trip, flying on this trip. I guess we had to fly to Orlando. And I had flown before, like once or twice before. For my job, not for like a vacation or anything. But like I said, those were the things I had to face. And you're going to have to face too when you're trying to make decisions. You're not going to know what's going to happen until you take that leap. Excuse me, I took that first leap, that first trip. That next year, I was on another trip going to Key West in Jamaica. I'm like, I might stay. I don't care who in the hell went. I think my cousin May had went on that time too. I can't remember. But I know I was going. That's all that mattered. And like I said, they kept, of course, emailing about trips, different things. And of course, like I said, I wasn't going to hold myself back to wait on my other cousins and all these folks to get their money together. If they didn't have it together, that was on them. I knew what I needed to do. I'm not meant to just sit there and do nothing. I have to sit in the same place all day long and this kind of thing. Whether I'm traveling just out, I guess like the Lake of the Ozarks or going on a cruise or wherever, I knew that I had to make those changes. I couldn't keep waiting on people. I had to ask myself, why in the hell am I waiting on folks to do what? When I can go and do it myself. Just like the first time when I went to Las Vegas, that first trip I went on my own, actually. That was back in 2018, I think 17 or 18. I stayed with some friends I had never even met. My family, oh, you shouldn't go. You don't know these people. What, they going to do something to you? Okay, well, if I die while I'm going, that's on me. That's exactly how I look at things like that. I met one of the ladies online that I still talk to. Me and her, we're real good friends. I know her now. I met all the other friends I knew down there as well. That was awesome, my first time going to Las Vegas. I stayed in her house with her and her family. Had no problems at all, y'all. My family, oh, this is going to happen. You don't know them. What about this? Okay, whatever happens is going to happen. I had money to come back home, a return flight, if that was the case. Well, I had the return flight anyway, but you can always change those things. That trip I took by myself with nobody else. The first time, well, the second time, I guess, ever. I guess I put it that way. Actually, that was the first time, that kind of trip at all, going to someplace I had never been, staying with folks I had never met, but only online. And like I said, I didn't have any kind of hang-ups about it. I didn't really care. I'm like, okay, this should be a fun trip. I'm planning all my stuff. Got a chance to go to Utah, to go walk up the mountains and all this kind of stuff. The first time ever in my life. And if I'd have sat down and listened to my family and everybody else talking about this ain't gonna work, you shouldn't go, I'd have sat there just looking stupid, basically. But I was playing some mood to Vegas back then. Like I said, I had to jump out on faith and go ahead and do it. I couldn't keep tell folks, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, or, oh, I'm going to go with you, and then all of a sudden they don't have the money or whatever. I had to stop being in that kind of, put myself in that kind of position. I figured whatever happened is going to happen, is how I look at it now. I can't stop I can protect myself the best way I can, but at some point we have to realize that we have to jump and throw our wings on the way down, y'all. If you don't like it, change it. I wasn't going to keep being, not being able to travel because of these fears and this kind of thing. Whatever you want to do, get out there and do it. And y'all, I'm actually at the store. I should have said that beforehand, but I'm at the store. So I can go in here and get some dinner and something. I don't know what. Y'all have no idea. But go in here and get something. I guess I put it that way. But like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I hope that y'all take something from this video as well. Like I said, if you don't like something in your life, I don't care if it's about your health, if it's about the illness, the illnesses that you may have. I don't know, whatever it is, the house that you stay in, the job that you have, the business that you don't have, that you want to create, go ahead and do those things. You don't have to wait on anybody. Don't sit there and wait for 10 years like I did waiting on your first trip to even travel somewhere. Go ahead and do those things, y'all. Like I said, there's no blueprint to life, any kind of thing like that at all. So we'll never know what's going to happen until you start going through the process. Change sometimes is inevitable. I got the word out, y'all. But it is inevitable, yeah, whatever. It's going to happen or not, or it's not going to happen. Like I said, I know that we try to stop things, to change things and to not make the change happen. But I've had change happen. Like I said, that was God's plan. God said, we ain't going to do this no more. This is not your purpose, your mission. I'm going to move them out the way for you if you can't do it. I've had that happen a few times. Actually, several times. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen, y'all. So in some aspect. The only thing that you can do is start preparing, start getting those seeds that folks like me and everybody else is dropping down to figure out how you want to change your life, y'all. And how you want to, of course, recreate your life. Those are things that you can pick up and you can, of course, start implementing now. You don't have to wait until that change happens. Start learning those things now, y'all. So let me go ahead and get out this car because it's actually pouring down, raining. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's pouring down all on the windows. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm getting out in the rain, so that's okay. But like I said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do, I don't know if I'll do the video on this page or not. But if not, I'll share it on this page wherever I do that tomorrow, y'all. So with that, take care, y'all. Have a great day. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care, y'all. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Rachel, Danielle, Kim, Rebecca, and Molly. I hope that you all are doing well. And I hope that something, of course, sparked a light bulb inside your head about your change as well. Because like I said, if you don't like something, you can always change it. You don't have to sit there and put up with it and just deal with it because it's right there in front of your face. You can always change. It's going to hurt, but you can always change. So take care, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.